Am I the a-hole? I'm pressing charges against my boyfriend's mom after she stole my credit card info. I'm a 22-year-old woman and I'm dating Greg, who's 24. His mom is 70. We'll call her Lisa. Last month, we attended a funeral for a family member of Greg and Lisa. After the service, everyone was mingling in the fellowship hall and eating, and Lisa stepped out for a smoke break. I happened to see her through one of the open church windows. She got into the back seat of the car while lighting her cigarette, and then she started rummaging in my bag. I didn't think anything of it, as I'd brought the bag so I could carry any extra things anybody needed, such as lighters, so I thought that's what she was fishing for. I went back to socializing and supporting Greg. Anyway, I stopped by the gas station 2 days later for some gas, and realized I was missing my card from my wallet. I used Apple Pay so I could get my gas, went home, and started searching. I also called Greg, who was at his parents' home, and asked if he could search there and see if I'd misplaced it somehow. I didn't find my card, neither did Greg, and I decided to give it one more day before canceling it because I was hoping it would just pop up. I hadn't noticed any unusual transactions come through after all. The next day, Greg texted me saying he'd found my card on top of the washer. He said he doesn't know how he missed it, but it was there waiting when he went to do some laundry. The next day was payday. I checked my account and I noticed a withdrawal for an Amazon order. I haven't placed an order for anything from Amazon in weeks, and checking on my account confirmed that. I asked Greg if he used my card to make a purchase, and he said no, of course not. He would never do that without asking first. I canceled the card and reported the potential fraud. It was only then when Lisa admitted to using my card for the purchase because she couldn't find hers. She said she would pay me back soon and that she really needed it. I don't know what she bought, but I don't care, considering she stole my card. She also apparently has a history with gambling and stealing. She's taken money from Greg before, and a major factor of her divorce with Greg's father was that she stole most of his savings during their separation. He has never recovered the money, but it was almost $500,000. I decided to involve the cops, and now Lisa is furious, saying I'm being a brat and throwing a lot of other insults. She says I should have just waited for her to pay me back, even though she also has a reputation of not repaying people. Would I be the a-hole for trying to stop my brother's wedding? My brother is getting married to his childhood sweetheart soon. I didn't like the whole idea of the wedding because they're practically still kids, and it would be dumb for them to get married so young. Our parents, hers and ours, are pretty pissed about it too, but going along with it anyway because they're worried they might just elope and go no contact otherwise. Also, I'm in love with his fiancée. We all sort of grew up together, neighbors for 5 years when we were teens, and she always had a big crush on me, but I ignored it because she was a kid and really annoying. But her and my brother were always best friends because they were the same age. We had a bit of a thing when we were like 18 and 16, but again, I thought she was too young, and also, I was dealing with a lot of personal stuff at the time. So I ended up pushing her away and making her think I didn't want her, because I didn't want to hurt her worse in the long run, even though I kind of did really like her. I guess I thought she'd just be there when I was ready, because she's always been so obsessed with me. Cue my freaking brother riding in on his white horse when I broke things off with her, and them getting together, which was always his game plan, I think. Only 4 years, and apparently they're getting married. She's more religious than us, and they've always done the purity ring BS thing. So obviously my brother just got bored of waiting and wants to get married now so he can get laid. I don't think he's good enough for her, and I never did, especially in light of what I know now. My brother got really drunk the other night and told me that when they broke up last year. I don't know why they broke up, but I remember he was really cut up about it. He slept with someone else just before they got back together. He was going on about how bad he felt about it, and how he didn't know she was going to take him back when he did it, and how he wished he hadn't. Anyway, I don't think she knows what he did, and I don't think she would marry him if she knew he'd gone and cheated on her when they were broken up, especially if they're doing the whole virginity before marriage thing. Would I be the a-hole if I told her what he did, and told her how I really feel about her and maybe stop the wedding? I really think she's my soulmate, and that deep down she probably wants to be with me too. She just doesn't know I'm in love with her and I'm still an option, or that he's just a cheat. If I love her too, I should tell her, right? She might want to be with me instead. Am I the a-hole For screaming at my girlfriend after she picked the bathroom lock while I was in the shower? I'm 24 and my girlfriend Anna is also 24. We met in college, started dating 2 years ago, and moved in together 3 months ago. I always thought we were great together. She's smart and funny, and we've had the best talks and have similar views on science and politics. But after we moved in together, she's been getting very upset about the fact that I take long showers. Important context. I don't like to talk about it, but I'm naturally a very hairy guy. Think Luther from the Umbrella Academy. I quit sports when I was 13 because I couldn't deal with what the other guys were saying about how much body hair I already had by then. So, I shaved my whole body, and yes, it takes a while. I've never talked to Anna about my shaving, but she must know that I shave from feeling the stubble. So anyway, Anna started asking why I spend so long in the shower. I should have just told her, but I was too embarrassed to say it was because it takes so long to shave. So instead, I said that I just like thinking in the shower. Then yesterday, while I was in the shower, she used a screwdriver to pop the bathroom lock and caught me shaving. She put her hands on her hips and told me I was wasting water. I yelled at her to get out. She didn't leave and lectured me more on wasting water until I shouted again a lot louder for her to get the F out. It freaked her out and she slammed the door behind her. I was mad and took a few minutes to cool down and think about what I was going to say to her, but when I got out, she'd locked herself in the bedroom. I could tell she had her back against the door and was crying. She said I scared her and that I showed her that I wasn't the kind of man she thought I was. I told her that she had scared me and that it didn't even make sense why she did it because we don't even pay the water for our apartment. She got more upset and said I didn't even understand the problem because I showed her that I could be violent and abusive and I just needed to leave. I tried to keep calm and asked her to come out so we could actually talk about what happened, but she just kept saying I wasn't who she thought I was and I had to leave. We've argued about ideas but never had a fight before, and I swear I've never yelled or swore at her like that. I hate fighting with anyone, and I'm normally the calmer person when our friends have things going on. I feel like my whole world just suddenly fell out from under me. I don't think this was my fault, but I also think none of this would have happened if I wasn't so self-conscious about my body hair. Or maybe if I had just been honest from the beginning and told her why I take long showers. I'm sure our relationship is over now and things are going to be messed up for a while, but I just want to know, am I the a-hole for causing this whole mess? Am I the a-hole for hiding embarrassing notes in my house as a prank because I know my mother-in-law snoops? I bought a house 7 years ago. I met my partner 4 years ago, and this year he moved in. We've been talking about making it a home for both of us, but as of now, he hasn't moved much stuff in. Right now, 95% of the stuff and furniture in the house is mine. When his mom comes over, she's kind of a snoop. He was used to that, but when she comes to our house, it's so uncomfortable because she's just going through my stuff. If I get upset, she says, I was just helping with chores. He says I should just let her because she has a lot of nervous energy. One thing she snooped on was actually really embarrassing for me. In my home office, I had a little affirmation post-it note on my monitor saying, I am smart, I am skilled, I am deserving of great things. It was a silly thing my therapist recommended to help get me in a confident mindset before an interview. Anyway, she made a comment to him about my ego, but, as a joke, I decided to do it again. I had my best friend over, and we got drunk. We wrote a bunch of BS affirmations to hide. Inside the medicine cabinet I wrote, my teeth will regrow. I am shark-like and powerful. In the kitchen drawers I wrote, I know when to spoon, but I also know when to fork. I am sexy and self-assured. In my work desk drawer I wrote, I will not just screw my way to the top of the company, I will screw my way to the top of the world. Inside my walk-in closet I wrote, I am beautiful with clothes and without, especially without. My boobs are legendary. There were a bunch more, and my friend and I had a hilarious time writing them. The next time my mother-in-law came over, she saw a few. She didn't acknowledge them to me, even though she definitely started acting a little weird towards me. I went to run some errands, and while I was out, she confronted Al about the notes and was trying to tell him that I seemed unstable, egotistical, and moving in was a bad idea. She showed him the notes, and he didn't really know what to make of it. He asked me, and I said that they were just some silly private notes to boost my self-confidence and make myself laugh. I then asked, how had she gotten them? Had she been going through my things? He said she was just tidying and saw them, and that they were really weird. I was like, have you met me? You should know how weird I am. Anyway, if you don't want your mom seeing my weird stuff, you've got to stop letting her go through my things. He asked if I left them on purpose to annoy her, and I admitted that was kind of the joke. But I also have other weird or private things, so what I said about her needing to stop snooping if she didn't want to find weird stuff was still for real. He said I was making things hard for him. His mom was really protective, and she was struggling to adjust to him moving in with a girlfriend for the first time. And I was agitating her on purpose and making her think I wouldn't be a good partner, when he wanted her to have the opposite impression of me. So, am I the a-hole for the note prank?